Kryptonians, I am back with another movie review, back to torment you with another video with a Patriots hat on. Today I'm going to be reviewing the movie Crawl. Crawl is directed by Alexander Avey, I think is his name. It's produced by Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi, going back to his horror movie roots, this I like. Film stars Kaya Delario, I think is her name. I'm pretty much butchering her last name, but she was in the last Pirates of the Caribbean movie, I think. Stars Barry Pepper and really no one else, and the premise for this movie is actually really simple. There is a Category 5 hurricane that is sweeping through Florida. There's a girl who has to go check on her father because he's not answering his phone. She decides to go look for him. When she gets there, she finds out that the hurricane has engulfed the house and the surrounding area. There's a bunch of flash floods. She has to try to help her father escape, and while they're doing that, they are being hunted and attacked by alligators. Now the daughter and the father are in this house struggling to survive, not only against this hurricane, but against these alligators. Like I said, the premise for this movie is simple. There's not a lot of setup or build-up or explanation necessary. It's not a very complicated story they're trying to tell here. This is about survival, plain and simple. This is about what would happen if there's a hurricane and you're in your house and there are alligators coming after you. Like, what would you have to do to survive? One of two ways that this movie could have played it. This movie could have tried to go over the top and made it really campy. Kind of one of those really silly, stupid B-movie type of things. They could have made it ridiculous. They could have had like a wink to the camera every 30 minutes. Or they could have played it straight, taken it serious, and tried to execute the movie as well as they could on that premise. This is a movie that's very committed to its premise, and it understands the best things that work about a premise like this. It's claustrophobic. You're in the house. As an audience member, you probably feel like you're just like these people. You're in it with them. You're in the situation. You're wondering how you're going to survive, how you're going to get away from the alligator. And also, how you're going to deal with the fact that you're in a house that is filling up with water because, you know, floods. One thing I give credit to this movie for, from a directing standpoint, they really did a great job at ratcheting up the tension. This is a movie that has a lot of suspense. It is edge of your seat type of shit. So many close calls and so many holy shit moments in this movie. I just know that that's going to entertain a whole bunch of people. That's an interesting little tweak that they did in terms of survival movies involving alligators. The fact that they put them inside this house, had the house filling up with water, so it kind of feels like a ticking time bomb type of movie. The fact that they were able to blend the alligators with the hurricane, make the hurricane its own character, and also ratchet up the tension and the suspense the longer the movie goes on, that's a testament to how well made this film was. I was surprised the production design, the production value was really good here. The hurricane, the effects for it, the effects for the crocodiles and the alligator. Okay, it wasn't crocodiles, it was alligators. I always get those two mixed up. The effects and the CGI on the alligators are really good. Same thing for the hurricane, same thing for the surrounding area. It really did make you feel like you were right in the middle of this thing. And the performances here are pretty good. They do just the bare minimum in terms of getting you to care about these characters. This is a movie that's extremely fast-paced, extremely well edited. It doesn't waste time bogging the movie down with a bunch of subplots or a bunch of other characters that don't matter. This is as plain and simple as it gets. A daughter and a father in a house trying to survive. They do add a little bit of conflict to the relationship in order to get you to feel invested, make you feel like you want to see these two survive. Usually when you're yelling at a movie screen, it's for one of two reasons. Either you think the characters on the screen are stupid, you're yelling at them to get out of the situation, or you're yelling at the screen because you're invested and you want to see the people survive. If that's all you're looking for in a movie like this, I feel like most people are gonna walk out of this shit with a smile on their faces. In terms of flaws with the movie, I mean, again, it's not a very long movie, so whatever flaws you have with the movie, guaranteed you're not gonna be complaining about them that much. It's a little bit cliche, a little bit predictable. It does use overly familiar story beats at times. It basically goes in directions you know it's gonna go in. Couple of ridiculous moments, not like over the top or anything, but I actually had a really good time with this movie. It didn't blow me away. It's not like movie of the year material or anything like that, but I had a really good time. Solid thriller movie, great alligator action, and some characters that I felt somewhat invested in. Crawl was a really fun, intense time at the movie theater, and I'm going to let it swim in the Silver Age for Man of Steel. Alright guys, definitely check out Crawl before the weekend is over. Stay tuned, I have a review coming up for Stuber, as well as a spoiler review for Spider-Man Far From Home. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you like what you see, tell me how you feel, and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace.